Hey, yo, what's good, y'all? What it do? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. Charger Conversations with your mans and them, your uncle. Hostile Takeover. Another interesting morning, man. You'd be surprised what you learn when you just talk to people. You know what I mean? So, I'm getting ready to leave work. I told y'all I work graveyard shift, so I'm getting ready to leave work. I have a conversation with this young man, leaving the gym. I'm going into the gym, he's leaving. And I noticed that he's low-key, pretty heavy dude. But he's coming out dripping with sweat. Like, he put in work, bro. And so I made a comment about, you must have had a good workout. He proceeds to tell me that he's already lost over 100 pounds. I'm like, whoa, right? I'm like, well, damn. So he's telling me, what weight he started at, what weight he's currently at, what he does. So not only is he working out at the same gym that I work out at, he's taking Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's putting in the work. And I'm like, damn. So I asked him, would he mind doing like a Zoom interview for the channel? And he said absolutely. So hopefully that'll come to fruition soon. But that's another thing that I wanted to do, is show success stories. Show that it can be done. Because to sit there and say, you need to be working on this, working on that, blah, 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 that's all good. Even giving tips and pointers about how to do it, that's even better. But to show that it can be done, man, that's just important as hell. So hopefully that'll happen soon. But that's not what I plan to talk about. It's just what happened this morning. So shouts out to that young man on his progress, on his journey, on the work that he's putting in. And hopefully, we'll be able to make that happen soon. But what was the planned topic of today? I've noticed that, especially in young men, when asked a direct question, a simple yes or no, or a question that can be answered in a minimal fashion, they want to go into long setups, diatribes, soliloquies, things like that before they answer the question, if the question even really gets answered. Stop that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's noticed it, but if you go to, say, Kevin Samuels' earlier material when he was talking to men, he'd ask a simple question and get a long setup and explanation before any information got shared at all. That's what women do. Go to Kevin Samuels' later material and you'll see the similarities in the way the men he used to talk to and the women he talked to. You'll see similarities in the way that they answer questions. Stop that shit. Men are supposed to communicate way more effectively than that, way more directly than that. And here's another thing I noticed, just from personal interactions over decades, right? When you talk directly and just try to get to the information or the facts, people with dicks, not men, people with dicks get offended. For what? Quit being emotional. See, here's the thing. This is all about getting better, leveling up, step by step, slowly, surely, with a goal in mind at the end. So when you do that, when you level up and you're around successful men, that will not fly. It just won't. When they ask you a question, they want a direct answer. They don't want to hear the extenuating circumstances, how you were feeling, all that extraneous shit. They don't want it. They just want an answer to their question. And to them, it makes you look ineffective, effeminate, and makes them think that you're hiding something or have an ulterior motive. Just say it. And if an explanation is warranted, do it after. Do it after. Because what's going to happen is if you give them all this other shit without answering their question, they're going to tune you out. And by the time you get to the answer or the information that they were seeking, they're not even going to hear it. And you can say, well, that's on them. 100% it's on them, and they don't care. See, on your way up, you're going to run into people that can help you, but you can't help at all because they're already where you want to be or farther. You can't help them. You're not bringing anything to them, but they have things to share. Information, techniques, or even if it's just a success story or something inspirational, they have things to share. And they don't mind. For the most part, they don't mind. But what they're not going to do is entertain your bullshit. So, if you can't communicate effectively, that conversation goes nowhere and you miss out on what they bring to the table. What they bring, what could possibly help you. And even if it doesn't help you, sit through it. Because they probably know someone that can help you. You see what I'm saying? Or they know someone who can direct you send you in the right direction to find out what you need to find out. Or low-key, they might have something that you didn't even know you needed. I've had that happen several times. But you have to speak their language. They're not going to come to you. You have to go to them. And you have to be able to communicate on a level that they understand. You see what I'm saying? So, You have to get into their world to sit at their table. And how does that translate to anything else? It translates to everything else. Because it'll help you with your confidence, your body language, your comfort level in different surroundings. Communication is 90% nonverbal. So what you don't say is actually more important than what comes out of your mouth. If you don't have the confidence to sit down and talk to these people, they're just going to keep going past you to someone who does. And to think you can pull it off by yourself is nonsense. You might not think so, but it's fact. You can't do everything. There are people in my circle who are very good at their profession, at their career. Very good. And the reason that we're in the same friend circle is because I'm very good at what I do. And we get along. But getting along with other people, that is a required skill. But being very good at what you do is an acquired skill. And outside of that friend group, there's other friend groups that these guys are in. And literally, if there's anything I needed, I can make the right call and get the information I need, or be plugged in with someone who has that information. But if I couldn't communicate effectively, these people wouldn't deal with me, no matter what my personality is. Because no one wants to work to decipher a conversation. Leaders communicate effectively. And if you can't, if your vocabulary isn't big enough, if you don't know how to get straight to the point, there are techniques that can help you. There are books that can help you. First off, the most important one is the dictionary. The second is basically any book. Read. It'll expand your vocabulary. It'll help you formulate sentences. There's a reason that I can do this with no script every day. I can make 365 videos in a year with no script. And the reason why is because I know the words. There's a reason why I can make a 15-minute video and get multiple points across, because I know the words. So, learn to communicate like a man and not a woman. Because other men will respect you for it. They'll deal with you more easily. And it will expand your circle. your circle of influence. Not necessarily friends, but definitely your circle of influence. Again, this channel isn't just about dating. It's about everything. It's about everything. You are the sum of your circle of influence. And if you're the smartest person in that circle, if you're the most successful person in that circle, you're in the wrong circle. If you can't learn anything from the people around you, then you need to pick better people to be around. But again, this subject can get very lengthy. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to stop it right there, and we'll pick it up at a later date. But this is just the basis and some pointers to communicate well and communicate directly, because that's what men do. As always, middle fingers up, be safe, stay dangerous.